Hello, you've reached the Pottages. We are not at home. Where are we?
We are in Bangkok, Thailand.
Fantastic.
We are staying in a hotel for 12 nights that we booked for free using points.
Free. And what kind of room do we have?
It's a suite
And why do we have a suite?
because we are diamond members at
That's
this hotel
right.
chain.
That's right. And what do we say? Status, status, status.
We would like to thank everyone for the positive feedback and the comments that we've received.
We are just getting started here on YouTube, and the comments and feedback on things that we did right or wrong in the videos is very helpful, and we will try to get better as we go along. So this video is an attempt to clarify some of the things that weren't particularly clear the first time that we talked about this topic.
We want to take another shot at explaining why we feel you should have the IHG credit card and why you should always book your room with points.
And we will run through a specific example of a hotel in Bangkok here that we booked and how the math works out. But first, a couple clarifications from the video, and this is stuff from comments that we got.
The first thing is, don't ever carry a credit card balance. You should be paying your credit cards off at the end of the month and not paying any interest, because if you don't pay off the balance, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, the interest rates are shocking, and so any benefit that you would get from any of this would immediately be swamped by interest. Some people question, how are you able to buy 1 million points? That's preposterous. You can only buy 150,000 per year, and yes, that is in general true. There was a promotion where you could bump that up to a maximum annual amount of 250,000, and it coincided with the promotion where they were giving you a 100% bonus on those points. So you buy 250, you get 500. Now, Dawn had an account already. I went ahead and set up my own account at this point just so that I could buy another 500,000 points, which gave us a total of the million.
You've purchased all these points. Don't hoard them. Spend them. Go stay at the hotels. Book the resort vacations. Use your points.
That's what they're there for. Don't hoard them, like Scrooge McDuck. The hotel chains periodically devalue points, and we looked into this, and it is a real thing, and there's a bunch of different ways that they do it. But basically it's like inflation on points. They have various ways, some of which they tell you about, some of which you have to search and find out, and some of which are just sneakily hidden in there. But a point that you purchase today, much like a dollar, a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, is going to be worth less. So you buy your points, use your points. If you can come in January and buy 300,000 points, use them that year. Don't pile up 300,000 points every year for 10 years and then seem surprised that they're not worth very much when you go to redeem them. The final point that was brought up to us was when redeeming points, even though it says that taxes and fees are included, there are some hotels in the world where even with points you will still have to pay a fee. Typically some sort of like a value-added fee or something like that. So we're going to go through an example of a 4-night stay in Bangkok where we currently are. It's a Holiday Inn Express. If you go anywhere in the world, a Holiday Inn Express looks exactly like a Holiday Inn Express. We did the math for 4 nights in this example. We booked 12, but you can just take everything in here and multiply it by 3. So this is the Holiday Inn Express Bangkok Soi Soon Vijay. It is a Holiday Inn Express. If you've seen one Holiday Express, you have seen every Holiday Inn Express. So set your expectations appropriately. Here's the rates that are on the site for cash. Non-refundable rates, $52, $53. So you save a whopping $1 because it's the summer sale. But the typical price for, members, $53. But you can't really compare that price to points. You have to look at the free cancellation rate, okay? Now, those rates are typically 15% higher, so it's actually $60 a night for the room here.
Looking at the cash rate for a 4-night stay, it's $257.51, which includes the taxes and the service fee.
And that ends up being close to $40 out of that $257.
Mm-hmm.
But the important point is this almost $17 in taxes that you have to pay. So let's look at if you purchase this room with points. Assuming that you do not have the IHG branded credit card. You still got to pay the 10% service fee, but the $17 in taxes has gone away, a total price of 41,000 points.
Then we'll look at booking the room using points and holding the IHG credit card. When you have the IHG credit card, your 4th night is free when you book with points. So instead of 41,000, we only have to pay 31,000 points.
So what does that mean in terms of money? For cash, again, $257.51 works out to $64 and change per night. There's your $17 in taxes. When you book with points, assuming that you bought your points at the most optimal time when they're giving 100% bonus, you got them for half a cent per point. You need 41,000 points for $205. Still stuck with that service charge, but your total has now dropped to $226.88. So that's $56.72 a night. You're already saving $7.50 a night just because you used points. Now, if you're holding that IHG credit card and you get that 4th night free, you're only going to spend $155 for those points. Still stuck with your service charge, but now your total is $176.88, which is only $44.22 per night. So
that's $20.
That's $20 per night, and off of 64, that's almost a third off every night. Why wouldn't you do this?
There's a link in the description box below that will take you to the current offer that the IHG credit card has. What is on the screen is the offer that Greg is currently working through on his IHG card. So it may be different when you go to their website. While you're down there clicking on the link for the credit card, go ahead and give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button.
So the IHG Premier credit card does have a $99 annual fee, but tons of perks that make the card pay for itself. With your card, you get your platinum status right out of the gate, and there's tons of other perks and benefits, and they go on, and we covered this in the last video.
Annually, you get a free reward night on your anniversary that you can use for up to a 40,000 point hotel room.
We tend to gush when we're talking about this program, but we really do love this program. One additional thing, we did just get an email from IHG with their Boost Your Points offer. They are saying that you can take however many points that you've earned in the last 3 months, in our case is 15,000 points, and you can purchase 1, 2, or 3 times that amount. And you'll receive some sort of a discount on those points. The more you buy, the bigger your discount is. But if you do buy 3 times the points, you end up getting them for 0.575 cents per point, which is not quite as good as the 100% bonus, but it's somewhere around, 85, 90%. Mm-hmm. It's still pretty good. But the thing is we've already purchased our maximum for the year. So it's unclear whether we can click that button and purchase even more points. We may do that experiment, and there may be another video.
We hope this helped clarify some of your questions and comments from the last IHG video. If you have any more questions or comments, please leave them below. We'll be sure to get back to you as soon as possible. And until the next time, happy travels.
Rumpelstiltskin.